it will be like when I walk by your side.
Okay, well it depends on who you ask, but my name is Christie. Some people call me bitch. Racist, xenophobe, Nazi. I'm just, gosh, who am I? I'm just a regular girl. I raised two beautiful girls. I play softball and go to church and I bake, and I'm just a normal person. Exactly, you know, what I've been able to see growing up here in San Diego is, you know, the demise of our nation because of this invasion that's forced upon us. And I want my children to grow up in, you know, the country I grew up in. So that's why I fight. I guess it was a shock, you know, going to their assembly a few years ago and finding that they speak Spanish. Hello, and then we drive by and the billboards are all in Spanish, and that was one of my first fights. But yeah, that's...
I can only imagine what my eyes will see.
Oh, I had no choice. I moved back to San Diego 4 years ago, and it was like right there in my face. I was no longer welcome. I couldn't get a job, and I'm a workaholic and I love to work, and I've done all sorts of different things in my life. I mean, even scrubbing fecal matter off of walls while I have a baby in my tummy, and while I own a business. So this whole Americans won't do that is BS, you know. I don't have any illegals cleaning my toilet or raising my kids or mowing my lawn or washing my car. This whole it's necessary thing is BS. And what I noticed here, like I said, I've never had a problem not being able to find work, doing whatever. I'll lay tile, I'll do cement, I bake, I cook, gosh, you know, sales, anything, anything, hello? I mean, I even applied at Jenny Craig, okay? You know, it's crazy. And the market out here is such that you have to have, you know, a bachelor's degree and be fluent in Spanish.
Very true.
And they say bilingual, but, you know, they don't care if you speak Greek and, you know, French. That's not going to do any good. It's bilingual, means Spanish first, yep. English second. And
it's happening everywhere.
So yeah, I didn't choose illegal immigration as a topic. It chose me, you know, the border. I didn't cross the border crossed me. I swear to God, this is still United States, you know, on the map. However, the school where I went, Chula Vista High School, right here, their teachers now teach their children that this is Mexico. And I swear to gosh, they'll just say, where were you, or, you know, where are you from? Mexico. Oh, really? Where were you born? Chula Vista. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't cross the border crossed me. But teachers, you know, losing, or they would go on maternity leave, and this was happening in my church everywhere, and they'd go back, and then they didn't have room for them anymore because they didn't speak Spanish, and it just, I don't know, I wish somebody would have taught me the memo, and that's why I'm so angry about my children, that if me and other Americans, you know, especially, you know, I don't have a degree. I never had that luxury, that opportunity. I've just always worked hard, you know, from the time I had a paper route at 12 years old and started waitressing at 14. So, you know, I have been able to work my way up and start a few small businesses, my baking, my restaurant, production, things like that. But you know, I don't have that luxury. So knowing how difficult it is for me getting a job now, that English is obsolete, why are they teaching my children in only one language, that obsolete language of English, while the illegal aliens get to learn two languages off of our dime? That it's like, I don't know, this No Child Left Behind thing doesn't make any sense. It's no illegal alien left behind, because my children are clearly being left behind. The Board of Education doesn't want to do anything about it. In fact, the director of the Board of Education ran for mayor. And of course, I had a few questions like, why are you letting this happen and how do you feel about it? And I thought for sure, being in the Board of Education for 30-something years and growing up here and having children and being an English speaker, that, you know, maybe she would know what's happening in her city and be a little more sympathetic. Well, check out the video. It's on my MySpace. But she thought that it was perfectly acceptable that they spoke Spanish in my school, and my children are writing letters to the principal and the teacher saying, we don't know what's going on. This makes us feel uncomfortable. So she explained, well, everybody should be fluent in English and in Spanish because all the business and commerce is done in Spanish here. Well, great. So, you know, do you speak Spanish? Oh, no, but I have a translator. Okay, then I suggest you sit one right next to my children in their assemblies until you teach them Spanish. You know, but these elitists, they don't care. They have money, they have translators, they don't have to live with what we have to. They don't have to, you know, their neighbor has 12 cars and parked on the lawn and, you know, things like that. I'm sorry, but that's just, we're having this other culture imposed upon us here. It's not normal for us in America, 12 people, to live in a 2-bedroom apartment. And it's just, that's not normal. Dumping our trash out isn't normal. 12 years old, the age of consent, that's just, I don't want another culture imposed on me, no matter, you know, how great somebody else thinks it is. I was born in America. I'm a frickin' Native American. We speak English right here in America. And hello, you know, wake up. I don't get it. So that's why I take so much video to prove to other people that no, this really is happening. You just walk down the street, and for having this color hair, I swear to God, they just walk up to you and tell you, you don't belong here, get out of here. And then you get beat up or threatened or, you know, things thrown at you all the time, and the police say, or your car vandalized, your house vandalized, burned, you know, this and that, all these other things. And, oh, well, why don't you move? Okay, you know. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, but this is my town. I don't understand. What about the sovereignty of America do you not understand? And you know, I'm not against other cultures or other nations or other anything. You know, if you want to show me the beauty of your culture, please, by all means. I mean, I love it. That's what always been great about San Diego and Southern California. Yes. And you know, that's what's so sad and why I really wanted to come, you know, I couldn't wait to get back to San Diego. Woo-hoo! It was, to me, the true essence and beauty of what people refer to as multiculturalism. The definition of multiculturalism back then was a little bit different than it is now, because now it's, I'm imposing my culture on you, and if you don't like it, why don't you move? Okay, but back then it was where everybody wanted to share, and nobody ever, you know, the only reason somebody would ask where you're from is because you had an accent, and it was like really cool. Teach me more about where you're from. And it was great. You know, you could go to your friend's house and have, you know, Cecilia's mom would always make homemade tortillas, and then I'd go over to Andy's house and his mom would make us lumpia, and we'd have barbecues, and, you know, race and things like that were never an issue. Everybody was proud to be American. Yeah.
Years before me, I can only imagine. I can only imagine.